Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. Breaking news here. So, Senator Dianne Feinstein of California, Democrat of, she's actually the Judiciary Committee Chairman, something like that, said when questioned about the Ford allegations in the letter, she said that she cannot be sure of its truthfulness. So this is actually backtracking on what she said before, where she said that she backed, here we go, hold on. I believe that she is credible. What we wanted was investigation carried out to look at the facts before there was a hearing. I hope people will let her be, and her lawyers will come back and straighten this out. Now, so I have more breaking news, complete behind the scenes, blow by blow. So, Senator Feinstein actually received the letter in July, sat on it all of this time, and right before the vote, launched this, leaked this to the press, and then, of course, the press then leaked it to everybody. Went ahead with the story, and then, of course, then called for the vote to be postponed until such time as we'll go forward. When asked what are they going to do, Senator Feinstein says, I have no say. It's all up to the Republicans because the Republicans hold a majority on the committee itself. When asked if the accusations will impact how members will vote on Kavanaugh, quote, I know she did not want to go public. That's why I made the letter. That was taken out of my control. Let's see. When asked about Miss Ford or Dr. Ford again, she says Ford is a woman that has been, I think, profoundly impacted on this. I can't say that everything is truthful. I don't know. Which is in opposition to what she said before, that she found her very credible and 100% credible. Now the question was, do you still find her 100% credible? Why is she asking this? Because, dun dun dun, one of the people supposedly in the letter came forward as a witness. His law firm came up and gave his statements, and he said, I have no memory of this alleged incident. Kavanaugh and I were friends in high school, but I do not recall the party described in Ford's letter. More to the point, I never saw Brett act in the manner Ford described. Exactly what I said. The party itself might be completely fabricated. That means it's a complete lie. The whole thing is a lie, right? So, his name is Mark Judge. And of course, he said about the alleged 1983 incident, I have no more information to offer the committee. I do not wish to speak publicly regarding the incidents, but that was before he then came back and said, I have no memory of the alleged incident at all. And he has never seen Judge Kavanaugh act like that ever in his life, he said. And that was sent in a letter to the Judiciary Committee from Mark Judge's, his name is Judge, to the actual Judiciary Committee. So, I'm trying to build a timeline up for you. Cornyn, who is the Republican leader of the Judiciary Committee, on why they wouldn't call other witnesses, they said they did not want a three-ring circus. Now, they offered her a public hearing or a private hearing. her choice. Why? To air out her grievances or tell her story? The whole idea, and this is Cornyn speaking, the whole idea is having her is to accommodate her requests. If she decides not to show up, that's her choice. So if you did not watch my other video, she will not be showing up. Ford doesn't. What will happen if Ford does not show up? I don't know what the point of going forward would be going forward. So there'd be no reason to postpone the vote and no reason to do anything. Now, with that information, Grassley's office says aides contacted other witnesses as part of Kavanaugh follow-up, says Dem and Judiciary Committee declined to take part. So, if the Democrats are so behind this lady, why don't they want to speak on the matter at all? Grassley says his staff conducted interviews ahead of Monday's hearing. They interviewed Kavanaugh, who already said that he doesn't recall anything, that it didn't happen at all. Not that he didn't recall, it didn't happen. He categorically denied everything. Also called and emailed Ford's lawyers to arrange a similar interview. No response. How's that happen? No response? There shouldn't be even a little bit of doubt. I don't want to play into their hands. Hopefully the woman will come forward, state her case, talking about the president's statement. And then he expressed his total sadness that this Judge Kavanaugh is going through this. He's already an appellate court judge, I believe. If not, please correct me in the comments. Now, the Senate is done for the week with votes due to Yom Kippur starting tonight at sundown. Now these developments just came forward. Senator Feinstein's statement that she doesn't know if the story is completely truthful because all of a sudden the woman disappears. The other witnesses that CNN actually asked the lawyer of Ford if Ford could corroborate any of her... Now, can you believe CNN said that? Could corroborate any of her allegations or statements in the letter. And Ford's attorney said it is not her place. That's not her responsibility to corroborate her accusation. That's crazy. A lawyer saying it's not the duty of the accuser to actually provide any evidence, no corroboration whatsoever, to an accusation. Now, people are saying that this is proof positive that it never happened. Of course, if you then call the other witness, who was reluctant to even come forward, the gentleman, Mr. Judge, to even come forward, it's going to be, as it stands now, if they don't call anybody else, it's going to be 2 against 1, who both say the party didn't even, not even the incident, but the party itself did not occur. And they said they do recall everything. They recall being friends. They recall everything. Party didn't occur. Now, let me give you a little bit of information about her. This is what I have read in the news. This is not my opinion. I don't care about any of this. This woman supposedly has had this particular incident accused against her in the past, and it went through. I'm speaking in code because of the YouTube censors. So this woman had an accusation against her, and it did go through. So she stands convicted of this exact incident with a young man. Now, which is not surprising, she is also a very strong Democratic activist. Also, she donated something like 60 different times to Hillary Clinton's campaign. That's not... These are all things that if she got on stand, if I were the lawyer, if I was the defense attorney, that I would bring up. So anything that you stand to gain accolades from the Democrats if you go ahead and accuse Judge Kavanaugh, right? And she would have to say yes. She doesn't have to get money. She's already a professor at a very liberal college, right? Also, come to find out, there was a mortgage dispute involving her parents, and it came down against, the decision was made against her parents, and the sitting judge was Judge Kavanaugh's mother. Could this be some sort of vindictiveness, some sort of revenge for that? This all keeps coming forward. Now, she's nowhere to be found. She has not confirmed that she's going to show up on that she would show up for the hearing, or it was actually confirmed that she would not show up for the hearing. Her lawyers cannot be contacted. Everything, and then when the other witness came forward and says, no, the party did not happen. I was the best friend of Judge Kavanaugh, and that has never occurred in our lifetime. Forget 83, didn't happen in 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, nothing. Also, there is no other evidence, just her letter. And supposedly, as said, Senator Feinstein kept saying that she didn't want to come forward. She didn't want to come forward. She didn't want to come forward. That is untruthful, Senator Feinstein. Ford took a polygraph test by a former FBI agent. Ford prepared herself to come on TV. Ford did all sorts of other preparations to put herself in front of the public. She very much intended to come on TV and be in the public eye. So it is untruthful to say that she never wanted this to come out. She didn't time it right because she gave the letter in July. She thought that if she gave the letter at the beginning of the hearings, that it would derail the nomination, that it would derail the nomination. Of course, Senator Feinstein held on to the very last second, and then at the 12th hour, then releases the letter to the Washington Post, I believe, who then prints it up, and then it's carried by all of the mainstream liberal media. However, they bet on the wrong woman. This is a tactic that the liberals do all the time. Should I remind you of Justice Thomas and Anita Hill? And everybody's saying, Anita Hill never went on to get riches and fame for it. Oh, that's because the same exact thing happened to Anita Hill. Not credible. Nothing was done against Justice Thomas. And they were saying, even though it will be proven through corroborating evidence on Judge Kavanaugh's side that nothing actually happened, they're saying, the people are saying, well, this won't follow him as a justice. And of course, it does. Because it is still, till this day, people who believe Justice Thomas did something to this very day. So his reputation was tainted to this very day. And of course, should you ever poll the black community, you know, he has a totally bad reputation amongst black people. I'm sorry, amongst Democratic black people. Black people are slowly walking away, and they're going back to the Republican Party, which is where they used to be, 100%. Why? Because it was the Republicans who signed the, who came up with the Emancipation Proclamation. They voted for all of the freedom amendments to the Constitution and so forth and so on. And it was the Republicans who tried to implement the affirmative action thing, which was taken over by the Democrats and given to white women. So that white women benefit from affirmative action, not black people, to the tune of something like 90%. And so that last 10% is then, of course, it just so happens the people who benefit from it. And that's, be it Japanese, be it Asian, black, Hindu, whatever, right? Thank you all for watching. I don't believe you're going to find this information anywhere else. I took that directly from a reporter. I did not contact him, but I took it directly from his notes. Thank you all for watching. Please like the video, share the video. This is important. Hello.